Pickaxe.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of No Quest for the Wicked. Gentlemen, I have two very important questions for you. First, are you ready to rock?
Yeah.
More importantly, are you ready to roll?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know what's happening.
Why is it more important, Dane?
Well, the game fundamentally requires you to roll dice and not to rock.
I guess. So rocking is optional?
Rocking is essential for the show, not for the game.
Okay. That's
But
fine.
we can't do the show if we don't do the game.
So I guess we should probably explain all the times where you ask us those questions and we say no and we all just go home.
Yeah, we just look, it's full consent here at No Quest for the Wicked. If you're not ready to rock or roll, we go home.
Yeah,
It's
this
true.
is actually episode like 350 for us. We just don't release the ones where we say no.
As if there's ever been a moment we don't want to rock and or roll.
It's what I live for. Let's go.
Let's do a quick recap. You are now on a new case. You have been hired by, well, you're kind of doing a lot of things right now. You've got a lot of balls in the air.
So many deals.
You have finally received information on the orb that you saw at the destruction of Dura Sancta in your vision. It is part of what is known as the Jeweled Orrery or the Celestial Blueprint. It is the blueprint for how galaxies and solar systems are created. Once the gods got the information they needed out of it, they dismantled it, shattered it, broke it, and scattered it throughout the universe as gifts and threats and bribes to various people, both influential and mundane. And for whatever reason, it seems like this one stone planet, the only thing that wasn't a jewel in the orrery, is still intact. At least it was in your vision. And now you know that's what it is, and it seems to be a replica of Dura Sancta based on the circuitry on the orb matching up exactly with the ley lines of Dura Sancta. You know that you'll be able to locate the orb if you're able to tap into a powerful place of magical energy on the ley line. However, unfortunately, Lionel Sterling has built his house on top of that location. So in order to get close to Lionel Sterling, you have agreed to look into what he thinks is framing of Dinestra Sol, the head of operations on Dura Sancta, who he thinks has been wrongly accused and arrested of embezzling settlement money. You went to a nearby bar to sort of suss out some suspects and your next plan when Cleo Sterling, Lionel's daughter, burst in and claimed that her brother, Julian, was going to kill everyone.
She just said we need to make sure the opening night never happens, right? Well, I'm in.
Well, I think we need a little bit more. Well, Cleo, good to see you.
Great to see you. I'm in. He's in too. He just doesn't know it yet.
I know I'm in, but I feel like
we're in. Let's go.
We need more information first, or a plan, or
She squints and just says, "That was easy."
Tell me, is your brother perchance the masked DJ who caused a kerfuffle the other day when we saw you last?
She says, DJ Flutterboy? No.
Well, as he so calls himself illegally, but he's not. Okay. Do you know who he is?
DJ Flutterboy? Yeah, he's DJ Flutterboy.
His pedestrian name.
No, I
his
don't care.
government name?
That's also that.
No, what do I care?
Well, I'm less in, but I'm still in. What's the plan?
Hold on. But we also have to do this thing for her father that we can't put on the back burner, so we've got to manage.
Vlyn, I'm sure you can multitask. Isn't that what potters are trained to do?
Well, I was
Spinning
a potter once.
while kneading, wetting.
That
to
is
the
the same
appropriate level.
task. That is literally, you're focused on the same thing. Do you not know how pottery works?
Spinning and kneading and wetting, all three different things at once. It
You don't
combines
do them at the
to make
same.
pottery.
Anyway, we're not discussing
Vlyn.
how pottery works.
I've been looking up your interests to further our bond. I know exactly how pottery works.
Okay. All right.
Cleo has pulled out her comm and is now just on like Instagram.
Yeah. Space Instagram. Okay.
Space Instagram.
Spinstagram.
Yeah. Okay, Cleo, sorry, we ramble if you haven't noticed. What do you mean we're all gonna die?
Well, yes, I guess that's important.
She pauses for a second, just says, I've been watching Julian for a while now. And before we ever came to Dura Sancta, he had been sneaking away to use a phone that I've never seen him use before. And look, this idiot's always on his phone, so it's not usually that big of a deal. But this one, he's made sure that he's gone out of the room or out in the garden or where no one can see or hear him. So obviously pretty sus. So maybe when I realized that once he got to Dura Sancta and he didn't use it anymore and was an idiot and asked the attendants to destroy it, I asked them to give it to me, and they like me more than him because he's an idiot. So they gave it to me. And she reaches into her small purse and pulls out a comm and puts it on the table. She says, it's encrypted and unregistered, but I'm sure there's all kinds of stupid shit on there because I followed him one night down to the port and look at this shit. And she pulls out her phone and she plays a very short, grainy, shaky footage of what looks like Julian at the docks talking to two copper cutlasses, and he's standing in front of a large crate, and they open it up, and inside you see a bunch of small little round devices. One of the cutlasses picks it up, presses a button in the middle, and there's a red dot that sort of flashes for a second and then stays solid, and then the other cutlass sort of makes a big
Floating motion.
Yeah, kind of like a and he points to that and he's like that, and then when he points down to the rest of them, he does a bigger motion of emanation from them.
It's really helpful that he did that so we know what's happening from a distance.
Then the footage cuts out.
Man, I was convinced it was going to be like a chest full of obsidian, and I'm glad it isn't.
Wow. Okay. So thanks to that man's miming, those could be explosives.
Yeah.
Probably smoke grenades.
Well, should we did we ever get contact info for the Jackal?
Oh yeah, we text on the daily.
Do you?
I don't think you got Jackal's contact info.
I feel like it would be weird of us not to, you know what I mean? It sure happened at some point. But if that's
Maybe
us,
not.
that checks out for us.
He is a criminal and didn't really care about you.
Well, in that case, Vlyn, I thought you were getting it.
Why would I get his information? I barely know how to use my phone.
But you're like a man of the people. I thought you had it handled.
Yeah, but if he walked into this bar right now, we'd give him a nod and we'd have polite conversation. That's how I'm a man of the people. Can I roll a luck check to see if he walks into this bar right now?
I'll give you a luck check to see if you actually got his contact info.
Okay.
Sure.
That's a 3. I definitely did not get his contact info.
But yeah, no, you definitely don't have a way to
Because
contact
the Jackal could maybe identify what these things are or track the shipment for us. Also, Cleo, your brother, this whole nightclub thing is what? Is this something he's always wanted to do? Was it his idea? Is it someone else's idea?
She rolls her head back so far that you think she's gonna hurt herself. She goes, "Ugh, no, Julian's a fucking idiot."
Okay.
Look, he's one of those impossibly boring people who thinks that just because he's wealthy, that makes him interesting or important.
Well, it does.
She looks at you and kind of shoots daggers at you with a look to kill. Behind you also, you start hearing sort of murmuring, and you notice that pretty much everyone in this bar is looking at her.
Oh shit, you are famous. We should leave.
They might be looking at me as well, Vlyn. But yes, we should go.
She says, I've got this. She turns around and she says, "Hey, idiots, mind your own business." And all of them in synchronicity snap back to their beers and stop paying attention.
So powerful.
Was that a magic thing or a financial power thing or a status thing?
It's the latter, Vlyn. Now, look, you seem lovely. We don't really know Julius, but he's from a good family. He's got good character. Why would he want to blow up a bunch of people randomly at a nightclub?
I've heard that you guys are pretty good at finding things out, and I can't really go the typical routes that we have, our sort of retainer investigators, because it's frowned upon to look into your own family, and the last thing we need is another scandal thanks to Julian. So, I don't know why he's doing this, but if you wanted to look around Casa Mall and find abandoned nightclubs that Julian has bought and opened, you would find so fucking many. They're everywhere. So the fact that now all of a sudden he cares about a nightclub, and he's been serious about this. Lawyers, crossing his T's, dotting his I's. He's been making sure that this is legit, which is something he's never cared about.
Okay. Well, we already have VIP passes for the opening night, so we can investigate that night, and we can do some digging around beforehand, is what we can do. We're also on a job for your father, so we also, have to look into that at the same time. But if there are people are at danger, we're going to help. Yeah, we're going to help.
Well, we're incredibly talented, and this is just another business as usual for us. We'll add it to our busy repertoire, and we'll handle it deftly in due course.
She leans forward. She says, so, I knew that you were working for my dad because I knew you were at my house earlier, but I would, maybe not mention that. And this is me reminding you guys as players that Lionel Sterling has...
We were told... Not to, yes. But Vlyn here has an eager mouth.
We were at your house. You're in the family. I feel fine if you know, I think.
She says, well, then perhaps maybe if you're just so, sherry with the Sterlings, that if you run into Julian, maybe you don't mention either my dad or me.
No, we don't like him. Yeah, no, he's in the no-no books.
Well, that's a little harsh. Sure, he associates with idiot DJs then.
In the phone, your brother's phone, is there a contact named Jay Casey?
She says, I can't get into it. It's encrypted and locked. So you're going to have to find a way to get into it if you want information.
Okay, we can do that.
And she slides it forward.
Okay, well, would you care to join us for a beverage? And we could discuss things?
Ew. And she gets up. As she's about to turn, she hears you mention something. She says, Do
you have a contact info or an Instagram space Instagram handle?
That one. We're learning contact details.
She goes, ugh, and pulls her phone back out and holds it out to sort of do the tap contact transfer. And she says, I swear to God, if you text me anything that isn't related to this, I will find a way to get you arrested and sent into hell.
I believe you.
Oh.
I 100% believe you.
Yes. Excellent. Well, at least we'd have a friend there.
We do have a friend there.
No, that's the Abyss. Very different.
Well, true.
Well, we don't have a friend there. If you could send us to the Abyss, that would be preferred. But have a good rest of your afternoon.
She saunters out, and then as she's about to leave, she goes, okay, go about your business. And everyone in the bar sort of resumes their business.
Are you sure that isn't magic?
I'm reconsidering my entire view on that, yes.
Okay.
Can I do a mysticism?
Yeah.
That was so unsatisfying. I threw my dice, they just went onto a little piece of paper. It didn't even roll. All right, that is a 15 mysticism.
With a 15, I don't think you can determine what it is, but you can definitely tell it's not just force of personality or status. There's definitely a magical component to whatever she is doing. But it doesn't look like a spell. It didn't look like she was casting a magic spell. So it's some sort of innate magical power.
Well,
okay. So I need 2 more double IPAs.
No, Vlyn, please.
Two more double black oil rig, obsidian black IPAs, please.
Vlyn, it tastes like burnt tree.
Exactly. Isn't it refreshing? Okay.
No, but I would like to fist bump you right now. Boop. Because we did it. We got contact info.
We did, yeah. But now we're entwined with the most dangerous family in the system.
They're a family in good standing. They're good people. They're of refinement.
I believe one of the first things we learned was that there's something maybe shady going on.
I doubt it. Just the weird cake drawing thing, that was ominous, but I think it's what we call a power play. My father would do things like that with me all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what your father does for money.
As she said, you don't look into family. It's uncouth.
Okay, so obviously the job for Lionel is important because it's Lionel who gave it to us, but bombs seems a little bit more pressing.
It doesn't seem right that he would just explode a nightclub of people but who knows? Maybe
we have 2 days until the club opening date?
That is correct.
Okay.
I think step 1, phone.
Yes.
If we can go somewhere and get this done, that would be a good stride upon our path of detecting, investigating.
Yes. Who do we bring the phone to, though? This is technically stolen property from a very powerful figure.
Well, I would have liked to go to Lacey, but I feel like that isn't good because, she might take it upon herself to go and do an arrest or something. So it's not something I relish saying. Oswald?
I think we have to go see Oswald.
And the good thing is, if we don't kill him, he owes us.
Yeah.
Also, we should probably let him know about his friend.
Did we not send him an email? God, we're really bad at following up.
An email about, your friends, do you break up with people via text?
No, but last time we spoke about him, you had a picnic in the park where I thought we were going to bury his body.
And I didn't, because I can show restraint, which you seem to forget.
As our beers get to the table, I start slamming mine. So, on our things to do today, because we still have some days. So we should go to Oswald today if he needs more time to crack this device.
Yes. Now wait,
Oswald.
Who else? We have Oswald. Portnoy's pretty handy, but he's not handy. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, and we'll probably need Portnoy to do something important with us. So
Lacey's out of the question because
out of the question. I don't think we want to get the treasure hunters involved in this.
No, I feel like that would be handing them too much power, and they do seem scrupulous but unscrupulous. I don't know.
They seem a little bit like a crime syndicate, even though they say they're just hunting for treasure.
Yeah, but every now and then they seem chill, like in the middle of the fight where they were like, we're all on the same side, and then it was all cool. So I don't know.
But then we had a meeting, and there was a sound thing, and there was someone standing by with a gun.
The meeting was kind of threatening. There was an aura.
It was kind of threatening, yeah.
So, Big Tone? Is it weird to assume
he has
owe
him a song? We have that whole copyright thing. We probably have to avoid Big Tone until we figure that out.
I think we gotta swing by Big Tone and actually do the next song. Add that to the agenda.
Okay, Big Tone's on the agenda.
God, we've made so many deals. We've only been here a week.
I know. Deals and deals and deals. And then we have to start looking into Dinestra. So what does that entail?
I don't even know where to begin with that. Maybe we'll chat about this at Oswald's. Or the Jackal also he does illegal things.
But how do we get a hold of the Jackal? We don't have a phone number. Do we even get his legal government name?
It's not Jackal?
I don't know.
I thought it was Jack L this whole time.
No, it is not Jack. Maybe it could be Jack L. I Google Jack L. I space Google the name Jack L. Does anything come up?
You get billions.
Can I roll a luck check to see if Jack L, but I also put in Jack L Durasecta.
No, you will not get I mean, if you want to find someone named, I'll give you a luck check to see if someone named Jack L is on Durasancta.
No, because then we're going to waste so much time in game and out of game talking to Jack L.
What if I roll, and if it's a 20,
if it's
roll
a nat
20,
no, nat 20, I will give you information.
If I roll nat 20, I see a space Facebook profile, and I recognize the bottom half of the Jackal's chin. It's an 8.
Yeah, you get like billions of hits.
I take Vlyn's phone. And I just start adding all these people called Jack L. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to keep doing it until you stop me.
Hey, Flit, that's not. We have to be okay. If we're working for the most powerful family in the system, we have to be better than that at detective stuff.
Vlyn, that's 12 Jack L's that we didn't previously know.
I guess you're right.
Maybe it'll pay out.
Maybe it will. We'll see if they accept my friend requests.
Okay. Anything else you think right now?
For today, I think those.
Hack a phone?
Was that?
Can Root hack a phone?
Root is in the abyss. Like, you don't know how to get a hold of them.
That's fair. Okay, look. Now, would hacking a phone be like engineering? Computers, I assume, right?
It would be computers.
What's your computers looking like, Vlyn?
I don't know if I have any skills in computers. I feel like we avoided tech this time. Last time we avoided magic, and this time we avoided technology. Yeah. Computers, I have a +2. So I can roll a plus. Let me roll computers on it and see if we know what I can figure out.
I'm going to roll to aid.
Cool.
Ooh, 10 on the money.
7. Plus 2 is 9.
Plus 2 is 11.
11.
You swipe up to sort of bring the lock screen open and just kind of punch in a bunch of numbers just to see what happens. And it says 1 try remaining. As
Good.
Well,
and you know that like if you get this wrong again, it'll lock you out.
that didn't work. Who would have thought that wasn't going to work?
Like, I have a son who's good at this stuff, but I just don't think we can do it from distance.
Look, I think Ozzy's our only chance, really, right? Unless, again, Ozzy, Big Tone, Jackal are our top 3, and we don't even know. We're just assuming
Jackal would be
Big Tone's
good
aura.
for the shipment. Like, he's the only way we could maybe get some information about what is in that video, which we should text. I don't want to text her. She scares me. But we need that video.
Oh, okay, yes. I could text her. I think we're pally, chums almost.
Yeah, you send that one off, bud.
I'd text her, just say, hey, this is about the case. Don't send me to hell. Can we have that video?
You see like 3 eye roll emojis, and then the video is sent.
Whew, okay, good. All right, we're getting better at this detective stuff. Look, we have evidence.
Thumbs up, fire emoji, a 100 emoji, send.
Okay.
This just becomes an episode of The Circle.
You haven't touched your last beer, so we can't leave until you've drank it.
Well, I wait, is that not another round coming for us now? I'm going to try to sleight of hand pour some of my beer into his when he turns around. It's a 13.
If roll perception.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
That's an 18 on the dice. You want to share some with me? Oh, thank you. You're such a considerate guy, Flit.
Yes, I thought, mate, you earned it. You punched the shit out of a giant bat.
Thank
you.
you.
Haven't been aptly rewarded yet. I pour half and I reluctantly drink the rest.
All right, let's go to Oswald's.
Now, wait, do we want to try to find the Jackal?
We can't go near the copper cutlasses. They still have it out for us. How are we going to find them when we can't?
We were told to avoid the bazaar for a couple of days, right?
Couple days, yeah.
It's been a couple days?
I would say you're still sort of in the
Danger
unsure.
zone?
Yeah, like, I don't think it's red alert for you guys, but it's been like 2 days.
We could go and stand on the border, and if a copper cutlass comes up, just say, hey, we need to speak to Jackal.
Okay, is that on the way? Can we, is that going out of our way to do that before we go to Oswald's?
The bazaar's, the bazaar's on the opposite side, but, like, it's not a huge place. It's the difference between, like, a 5-minute walk to the gate out towards Oswald and, like, a 10-minute walk if you go to the bazaar.
Let's go to the border of the copper cutlass territory.
And is your plan to just try to like signal one over to
maybe I don't know. We're just gonna get there.
Yeah, we'll get there, see what the vibes are. I assume if they're being weird about us, if we're lingering right by the bazaar, it'll probably draw some notice. Or what we could do is we notice that those grates in the ground, like were like eavesdropping spots and like weirdly projected sound down into the like tunnels.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you'll have to do a perception check to find them, because they are disguised above ground. But you do know about them, so I will give you a bonus on the roll because you're aware of them.
Sure. That is a 17 without bonuses.
Okay, yeah. I was going to give you a +4, so you're in 21. Yeah, you see it's like a rug merchant, but one of the rugs that has like sort of flopped down over off the stand and onto the ground, you can see that it's not fully covering, and you can see the sliver of a grate that you know would probably be one of these eavesdropping spots. Give me...
Quick, Vlyn. Right outside the War on Rugs, there's an event that we can talk into.
Give me I assume you don't want to be spotted by the copper cutlasses if this is your plan, right?
Yeah.
It's less that I don't want to be spotted and more that I feel like this is like a chill way to do it. You know what I mean? Like we're not being aggressive. We're just being like, hey, here's a message, you know?
Yeah, give me a stealth check. Let me know. I want to know what the alertness of the cutlasses are.
26.
9.
Damn.
So chill. I'm such a skinny guy that I'm probably just like hiding behind people, like flitting from place to place. Vlyn's just like a big bulky boxer dad.
I'm going to split the difference and just kind of say that like you're not perfectly hidden, but you're not detected. You scoot over to the War on Rugs and stand above this grate. What do you say?
On the way over to the War on Rugs, I'm whispering to Vlyn. I'm like, do we want to just say, hey, can you send the Jackal our way and let them know we know they can hear us? Or do you want to speak and hope the message gets to the jackal.
Yeah, just be like, hey, we're looking for the jackal. We're his friends from last week.
Perfect.
If he could reach out and find us, we need some help with something that puts a lot of people at jeopardy.
Yes, what he said. I assume that's what we say.
No, why was I the
Wait.
one who said words out loud?
Vlyn, that's a great rehearsal. I'll say it when we get there.
Thank you, Flit. You should say it right now.
Hey, guys, it's Jackal's friends from last week. We really need to talk to him about a thing that's going to put a lot of people in jeopardy, and we need a little help. If he could come find us, that would be delightful, because we need to talk to him. It'll be good for everybody, also. God. It's the diplomacy I deserve after that. You know what? I'm going to use one of my daily things, which is still bad, but it's going to be a 17 diplomacy.
Okay.
More if they can smell me.
They cannot smell you.
And actually, can they hear my chill beats? They probably can if it's sound-based.
Yeah, I guess they can maybe hear.
That's a 19 right there, baby.
Okay.
They looked really sad about that for some reason.
I'll let you get away with a lot of bullshit there.
Thank you, Dane.
Yeah. You know what? We say fuck you, Dane, a lot. We don't often say thank you, Dane. Thank you, Dane. We appreciate it.
Obviously, you don't get an answer back, but you
Fuck
do
you,
feel
Dave.
like your message was received, and that's kind of like where you stand right now.
All right, well, off to Aussie.
On your way out, you leave the gates going west out of the settlement, and you see the ridge that you first encountered route and where Darwin Glass was killed. And you see that there's like furniture up there. There's a table with 2 chairs. There's a sort of tarp that's been tied to that tree that's like growing out over the edge and has been tethered with other poles. There looks like there's the remnants of what looks maybe like a tea set and a bench now facing out towards the water.
It's not my furniture, is it?
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks kind of like mundane. It's just sort of like a wooden table and wooden chairs, and then like a pretty run-of-the-mill like patio bench.
Well, that's bizarre.
Well, let's go see what Oswald has to say.
Okay.
Knock, knock, knock.
As you are knocking on the door, Oswald opens it with a level of sort of excitement that is unexpected from him. But once he sees you, he sort of goes dour for a second. Just, it seems like wasn't expecting you. It seemed like that exuberance was directed for something else. He's got this like wide-brimmed sun hat on. He has a rather sort of like nice white linen jacket on, and he's got a walking stick, and he's got a sort of like little picnic basket.
Hello, Oswald. Sorry to interrupt your afternoon.
Oh, it's you.
Expecting someone else? Aussie?
Are you on a date, Oswald? Do you have a hot date?
A date? No. Just a catch-up session with a old friend.
Whom, if I may inquire?
He kind of like looks around and he just says, Darwin, of course.
Well, we were here to tell you that. So he's like spectrally appeared to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Great. We were here to tell you that we freed him. You're welcome, by the way.
I assumed.
Weird to give us a dour look after we showed up having saved your friend.
Sorry, I was not expecting you, and it was just when you're excited to go somewhere and then all of a sudden there's people in front of you. It wasn't I'm upset to see you. It was just I wasn't expecting to see you.
Yeah, you know what? It's fine. I totally understand. It's kind of like when you go to do a quest for someone and then you unexpectedly find out that you were given a thing that attracts fucking demons to them, and then you're disappointed to know that demons have been attracted to you and you're going to get murdered by them. Oswald?
You mean like when you asked me to make a demon detector?
Yes, not a demon attractor.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oswald! Vlyn had to stop me from killing you. I want you to know that. Or hurting you with my manly fists.
He reaches down to his belt buckle and presses the button, and a little force field surrounds him.
I said he stopped me. Why are you getting so dramatic?
Oswald, I'm glad you and Darwin are able to catch up.
No, Vlyn, let him say sorry first.
No, Flit,
Yes.
we're here to ask him a favor.
Yes, and okay, in lieu of your sorry, we'll take a favor.
And what favor would this be?
We have a space phone that we need to get into.
We have a space phone we need to space get into.
And we don't know the passcode.
Okay, let me take a look.
Hand it over.
It just hits the force field.
He takes it and he looks at it and he says, well, my expertise isn't exactly in electronical hacking, but I could give it a go.
That's not reassuring.
Yeah, you're the only person we know, so that would be appreciated.
Like, when you say your expertise isn't in hacking, are you saying like a 5 in computers, or are you saying like a 10?
He says, I'm saying that on a scale of 1 to 20, it would be quite low.
Well, okay, we only have one try remaining. I thought you were good at things, Ozzy. But I guess, why should I think that given our previous experience with you? We'll take that apology. I snatched the phone back.
The device I gave you did exactly what it needed to do. Darwin was freed.
Oswald?
And you seem to have done everything you needed to get done, so
Oswald?
no harm, no foul.
Oswald, you know you did a mistake, and I would appreciate an apology. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones.
You know what, Flitwick? You are correct. I apologize that my device had unintended consequences, but it does seem like it helped, so I would like a thank you.
Okay, yes, I will meet you halfway, because I am a man of honor, much like it seems you are. So from one man of honor to another, thank you. Now may we shake hands?
He disables his force field and shakes your hand.
I shake his hand. Well, I'm glad that's out of the way. See, Vlyn, everything's fine. Yes.
Okay.
So how's Darwin doing, Ozzy? He seemed quite prophetic and mysterious when we were talking to him.
Yes, he was quite dramatic on his return, but it seems like the more time I spend with him and the more time he reattunes to his surroundings, it's more like my old buddy is coming back day after day.
You don't happen to know a computer person with low, maybe gray morals who would help us with this task?
Gray morals, no, but I do know there is quite an industrious young woman who works over at Estrella as sort of the head mechanic. She loves a good challenge when it comes to this kind of thing and really doesn't care about why. So as long as you sort of keep your motives to yourself, I'm sure you could perhaps be able to convince her.
We'll take that name.
You'll just want to go over to the hangar and ask for Dez.
Okay, thank you, Oswald. Say hi to Darwin for us.
I will. And he closes the door behind him. He waves his hand over it. You hear it lock. And he begins with quite a jaunty strut up towards the hill.
This makes me feel very happy, Vlyn.
We did something good.
We really did. I was worried. I don't know. And you see Flit's just uncharacteristically quiet and just seems I don't know, shook, but in a good way.
Not everything you have to do, bud, is gotta be for money or favors. Sometimes it's just nice to do something for the sake of doing it.
But we got money.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, no, well, Look, we gotta keep going. We can't afford to stand around lollygagging all day.
You're right. I guess we'll go check out this Dez.
Now, before we do, cover story. Your son? No, you're bad at lying. Portnoy's phone?
Well, I don't. Yeah, maybe. I don't.
My own phone that I've gotten locked out of?
Well, I think we don't mention anything about that stuff unless they ask.
Sure, but when they ask, we have to be ready.
Well, we'll just pose it as a challenge. We just say, "Hey, we've been playing a game. We're trying to unlock this phone, and everyone's failed, and you're the last person that can beat it for the challenge."
Well, now that we're official investigators, can we just say it's an open case and we can't discuss it?
They might message Lacey.
We don't have to tell Lacey anything.
That's true. Yeah, okay.
I feel like we have to have some kind of leeway in our investigations, right? And at least then we're not lying, because again, you're terrible at lying.
I don't know if I'm terrible. I don't know. It's just better to be honest.
That lie
sometimes.
that you just said, so bad. I could see right through it. Better to be honest. Yeah, let's go tell them and burn our bridges with the richest family on this planet.
All right.
I'm sure honesty has a time and place. I don't know where, but definitely not here.
Okay, well, you take the lead. I'll hold the phone.
But you look so glum, Vlyn.
I don't know, man. We're doing so much gray zone stuff since we've been here. We're doing good stuff, but I feel like, I don't know. There's just so many deals. So many deals on deals on deals.
We need to stop making deals. That's gonna be stop making deals, start getting contact information. Those are our two big takeaways from today, I believe. Fuck, did we get Ozzy's contact details?
You definitely have Oswald's.
I pull up my phone,
info.
like, oh, we already have it. Great.
Yeah, I was going to send him an email.
It does suck that we have to do all this, right? But it's not a bad lie. We're trying to find out about a lot of bombs.
You're right.
I just want to get out ahead of the lie so that we don't fumble while we're in there.
You're right.
At which point, we get Estrella breathing down our neck and then everything goes terrible. We just need a lie. It's not nefarious. We just need something. What would be a good reason for us to want a phone to be unlocked? And again, do you think we can just swipe away any worries with our investigator status? Do I know anything, Dane? I guess I probably wouldn't. Just about like what us being investigators would afford us in terms of like...
Nothing.
Cool.
You have no authority. There's already like two sort of guard systems in here. There's Estrella and sort of like the settlement guard. You don't have any jurisdiction. People don't have to answer your questions. You can't arrest people. Anything anyone tells you is either completely voluntary or through your own sort of like trickery and wiles. But you being like, we're investigators, people are like, yeah, we don't give a shit.
Okay. Yeah. It's so funny because I used my diplomacy precog ability thing. When I roll that paradox, I get to re-roll it. I get another one after I use it. So I was like, oh yeah, cool. I'll do that and it'll be good because if later on we need diplomacy, roll the fucking nat one. So I've got that locked and loaded, boys.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait.
I'm going to try to tell the truth and roll a nat one.
There we go. Game the system, Niall. Game the goddamn system.
Hello, Spaceship Dane here, do things. First and foremost, I want to thank you for listening to this week's episode, and we hope you're enjoying it. Second, we're going to keep it real short this week, just because I don't think there's anything really going on in terms of the normal day-to-day life stuff. I do want to quickly shout out Pickaxe, our new network that we recently joined. If you enjoy our show, Pickaxe has a ton of actual play content that I think you will probably also enjoy. Head on over to pickaxe.uk to see the whole roster and realize why we're so excited to be a part of this team. The shows on there are just kick-ass. They're so incredible. Just a birth of content for you to partake in while you're waiting for the next episodes. Also, you may have noticed last week we released a session 0 for a game called Mork Soul. We're going to be doing a limited 2-run episode. So for the next little bit, we're going to be going on a weekly schedule. So you'll be getting your fill of No Quest as well. We're doing like I said, two episodes, and then we have another project coming out shortly, probably at the end of November as well. So there's a lot of stuff on the horizon to keep an eye out for. If you have any questions or anything about any of the content that we're ever creating, feel free to hit us up in the Discord. You just head on over to our website, noquestcast.com, click the Discord link, you'll be brought in. You can participate in this season of Frontiers. You can submit NPC ideas. You can make a faction like people have. Things like Estrella, Nynx's Coffee Shop. Those are all listener and fan created ideas and places and people. And speaking, I forgot to do this last episode. I forgot that I was doing this, but Gale, the mouthpiece for Estrella's security and Wade Enterprises' interest on Dura Sancta, was actually created by Phil, one of our longtime Discord friends who has been supporting the show and been integral in building Estrella from the ground up as well. Gale was one of their NPC ideas and character concepts that I have been able to incorporate into this season. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, hit up the Discord, join one of the existing factions, start your own, and you'll soon see some of the stuff that you've made be added into the show. Also, if you'd like to support the show, please consider swinging by our Patreon, which is patreon.com/noquestcast, or you can go to our website, noquestcast.com, click the Patreon link. We got a bunch of stuff. We got the 10-minute rest, which is a sort of after the show, talk show behind the scenes look at things. And also we have a full Monster of the Week, full video, actual play, bonus content as well, which we release once a month. So the new episode is creeping towards it. We release them the last day of every month. It'll come out on Halloween, which is super fitting for a Monster of the Week episode. Anyway, that's it from me this week. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, please be safe and be kind. So, yeah, you guys start making your way towards the port where you know the Estrella hangar garage, the engineering department is. And as you're going, you see these massive ships coming in from various places and departing. This seems to be sort of the main hub of commerce here on Dura Sancta, where people are going out and like getting resources off the planet and bringing them back here and then either shipping them out or selling them to people here who need them. So rock, wood, all kinds of stuff like natural resources. But you also see every now and then these ships will come in and workers will board to start offloading product. But then a copper cutlass or two will get on and move something off or put something on.
There's nefarious deeds everywhere here.
Well, there's not really law, my man. The mayor's been arrested. You know, it's pretty weird times, right? We're on the frontier.
Give me a perception check as well, please.
God, I am rolling like Garbaggio.
I got a 25.
I got a 16.
Cool. As you are moving through, you see a hardened pool of what looks to be the slime from the bat creature, sort of like in the cobblestone along the docks.
Wait, Vlyn. Look at this. That's the stuff that he was spraying at us, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Why the hell is it? This is nowhere near where we were that night, right?
No, the docks are like complete opposite end. So the suburbs where the annexed, living quarters are kind of at the south. The docks are the port is at the north.
I pull out my like absolute compass. Where does it point?
It points to the south.
And is the south the water?
No, south is out of the settlement, and the like closest landmark that you know of south of the settlement is the giant forest.
Okay. By the way, Vlyn, a gift, and I give him the compass. I know you were really affected by what happened the other day, and now if you ever need to find this thing, you can.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Flit. I'm gonna take photos of the pool. Is there like a path or a drip anywhere else, or it just seems to be an isolated?
Give me another perception check, or I will also take a survival check.
That's going to be a 21.
15.
Cool. With the 21, when you fought this thing, you noticed that the acid wasn't burning through, but it was sizzling. And you see that there have been pools that have been cleaned up, but there is a mark that has been left of where it was, and it leads down to an alley in between these two warehouses. If you follow it, you do notice that there is a larger concentration. There seems to be a bigger spot at the corner where the alley comes out into the main strip.
And is the alley a dead end? Like, does it stop there?
The alley is a dead end, yes.
Okay, I'm taking photos of all this. Like, I know this is the least important case that we have right now, but Vlyn is just like so dead set on dealing with this. And I'm going to just take photos, make notes. I don't think we have any glass vials to take samples, but I'm just going to grain it, laser it into my head.
No one reported the bat being down here, right? That we heard of. But someone has cleaned this, so obviously someone knows. Has this been covered up, or are we just not in the loop?
Well, maybe we'll mention it at the end of our conversation with Des. Save it to the end?
Sure. Should we just give Lacey a call now and just...
I think we should avoid Lacey right now, just because we have so much going on that a minor slip-up could let her into everything else we have going on.
Okay. My worry is that something else, like, again, we were worried or wondering why the bat was here, and now we have bat trails at the docks?
Yeah, I know. The sad reality of it is it's not our case. So as much as I want to deal with it, we've got other more important things. So we just make some notes.
Vlyn, I saw your face the other day. I know regardless of it being assigned to us, I know it's our case. Or it's your case.
I will kill that bat with my own two hands. I will smash his face in.
Space Jesus, Vlyn, I've never heard you speak like this before.
I'm sorry, it's just, I don't like bullies.
No, I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of thrilling.
We have the photos. Maybe we'll mention it to Des at the end. And if we get anything from any vibes that it could be a cover up, maybe we mention Lacey.
Okay.
Or maybe we don't even tell her we found these pools. We just mention, hey, any recent bat sightings? Just checking in. And if she says nothing, then she's hiding stuff from us.
Yeah, unless people just found gunk and cleaned it because it was gunk. I guess there's a pedestrian answer, possibly. But I worry that someone's been stealing its young or milking it, Vlyn.
Okay, hold on. Milking it?
What if they took it and they milked it, and that's why we're so angry? Would you not be if you were milked?
No, you're
against your
right.
will?
Bats are mammals, so it technically could be milked.
We got to think outside the box, Vlyn.
Yeah. How many different kinds of milk have you had in your life?
You never gone to a milk tasting party?
God, okay, let's go talk to Des. And I sort of just like head towards
Vlyn,
the hangar.
You haven't had a milk flight, Vlyn? Dane's worst nightmare.
Yeah, this is. I was gonna say I'm gonna move this. This is my
Dane's throw up his first X
veils.
card. Yeah,
Yeah, this is my X card.
yeah. We move along to Des, unless there's more spooky shit you want us to see on the way.
Nope, that's it. That's the only spooky shit. You do, however, actually, there might be a little bit more spooky shit. Sorry. As you guys are going, there's a part where the docks kind of like lean down out into like a rocky beach. Obviously not a beach and one that like people would lounge about. However, some of those priests that you saw move into the church are currently standing in the water and seem to be doing some sort of religious prayer or something. They're sort of waded out to their knees. And they seem to be doing some sort of prayer of some sort.
Okay, can I roll a mysticism?
Yes, you can.
If it's Hylax related, can I somehow get a bonus?
I will give you a bonus if Hylax is your deity. Yes.
Yeah, former, but yes.
I'll roll to aid.
Sort of. It's complicated. That's an unnatural 20.
I got an 18 to aid.
Cool. You know this has nothing to do with Hylax, but the church itself has also never claimed to be a church of Hylax. But it is all Sheeran doing this, participating in this. I will say, this seems to be more, what's the word? Is secular? More sort of like removed from any one religion and seems to be more of a personal or unique tradition to their church. You rolled really well. This doesn't seem like a particular prayer or religious ceremony that you're aware of from any sort of existing god. This seems to be something unique to them.
I take a sneaky photo. Yeah, it's strange, but I guess we just make a note and move on.
They're just having fun in the sea, Vlyn.
You're right. Just some sea fun. Nothing wrong with it.
Unless they're trying to catch something and milk it.
Dear God, I move on again. I just move towards the hangar.
Yeah, you get to the Estrella hangar. It does seem like this has been added on after the fact. This seems to be a independent garage that has been co-opted by Estrella. It still has, like, you can see where a sign used to be, but has been removed and now just has the stylized A of Estrella on top of it. And it's pretty unremarkable. It looks very similar to what we in our day-to-day life know as a garage. There's like the hydraulic lifts that raise vehicles up. The only difference is the vehicles in there are mostly Estrella, but there are some pedestrian and civilian vehicles as well outside that seem to be being worked on. And right now there is a two-seater cruiser, and you can see feet, underneath on one of those rolling boards. You can see or legs sticking out from under the car.
Hello? Sorry to interrupt. I sort of like rap on the hangar door a little bit.
When you say that, the car, you hear a and the car gets thrown up. It spins in the air and crashes into the back of the garage, knocking over shelves. It sends a rolling cart flying. You hear glass, all the glass of the car shatters. And from this small, she looks to be about maybe 16 years old, there is this cloud, this swirling cloud of two giant hands that seem to have rocketed this car off her. And then they sort of suck back into her abdomen. She lies there motionless for a second and then scoots out what would have been where she would be under the car, and she sits up and she is, "Fucking hell, Dante, chill." And she stands up, and it is a teenage girl, like I said, about 16 years old. She has jet black hair with like these bangs. She has safety goggles on. She's got a couple piercings in her nose and her lip, and she's wearing a grease-stained white tank top and a dark green jumpsuit that has been tied around her waist.
Sorry?
She looks back at the cruiser and she says, "Fuck, that's gonna take so much time to fix. I was literally just doing a tune-up. Dante, get it? Please? And you, once again, you hear that, and a weird amorphous form departs out of her, again, from her sort of like abdomen area, and reaches out with these two huge hands, picks up the car, lifts it up, and places it right side up, and then the hands move back in. And she says, "What can I do for you?"
Sorry to interrupt. Flit, go ahead.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to touch one of the broken windows, and I'm going to cast time lapse, and I can push an object forward or backward through time and basically increase or decrease its age by 1 day, which brings it back to the condition that it would have been in. And I just fix one of the windows. Because I assume a window is less than 1 bulk, right?
Yeah, I would say. She says, "Well, ain't that a handy trick?" Okay, cool, great, thank you. What can I do for you?
Well, we heard that you were phenomenal at getting a lot of things done, including what was the phrase? Like just technological puzzles, mysteries. And we were in not the neighborhood. What's the word? I'm just absently walking around and fixing each window one by one because it's like an orison for me.
Hell yeah.
And also, like, if the bumper is less than a bulk and I can, like, take out a dent, like, obviously I can't fix the whole thing wholesale, but, like, little parts that I can, I'm just going to help. Basically, we have a technological problem we need solved, and we heard you're the best. Ozzy sent us your way.
She's just kind of, like, walking around and following you, and as you fix things, she sort of, like, does a check to see if it's actually fixed or if it's, like, an illusion. And she seems pretty impressed by, like, your handiwork here.
And the permanent changes.
"Oh, Oswald, eh? Okay, well, you sort of helped me out here with fixing this. Now, I guess also you were the cause of it, but really it was Dante was the cause of it. And I would be, kind of uncouth if I was the one to blame you for just walking into the shop. You know, the place where I work, Dante."
Also, technically, it was Vlyn and not me. So Dante and Vlyn, whoever Dante is, can get the flack, and me and you can conduct business as usual. Who's Dante, by the way? The big hands?
Dante was my brother.
Oh, hi, Dante.
You hear, and a hand comes out of her abdomen and waves, and then sucks back in. Now you're being cordial. Nice.
Very cordial. But yet, sorry, we're locked out of this phone, and we would love to be able to get back inside of it.
She says, "All right, give it here."
There you go.
And she takes it, and she takes a look at it, and she says, "Whoa, this is actually some pretty impressive encryption. This is almost a Straya grade, but nothing I can't get through." And she walks over to a workstation that has a bunch of like cobbled together computer pieces. There's like a monitor, but then there's like so many other like devices that seem like she's put together from all sorts of miscellaneous components. And she walks over to the terminal, and she hooks up the phone into a bunch of cables, and she says, "Now you don't have to answer, but where did you get this? This seems to be impressive encryption."
A friend of my family's.
She just nods and seems to be like disinterested in the answer as she sort of like dives into the actual like encrypting or decrypting process, and she begins working on it. You see a bunch of like windows and pop-ups and code and stuff popping up on her computers, all the various screens like Wordle life, and she spends maybe about like 2.5 minutes of just intense concentration. At one point in time, you see the Dante's hand reach out, grab a rolling tray and pull it closer, and she grabs what looks like an energy drink off it, slams it a little bit, and goes back to work. And then within about like less than 3 minutes, she unplugs the phone. She says, "All right, there you go."
Whoa, they were not lying. You are incredibly talented.
Well, I mean, just because I said it was impressive doesn't mean it was hard. I'm more impressive than it.
Clearly. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else I can do for you?
No, Vlyn?
I don't think we have any other technological issues, correct?
I don't think so. Do you mind if we grab your contact info, though? Because I feel like we may have jobs for you in the future or need help.
Yeah, sure. And she reaches out, she pulls out her phone, taps it. You get Dez's contact info.
And if you ever need a hand, feel free to reach out to us too. Obviously, we're not quite as impressive as you in this way, but sometimes we are impressive in other ways.
Dez, you see anything strange around here lately?
She chuckles and she says, "Like Der Sancta or the port?"
Port?
Yeah, things fucking weird all the time here. And she goes and stands at the entrance of one of the like rolling doors that she slides open. And she says, I mean, we got the weird Sharon people doing their weird water prayers that we've been doing like every day since they got here. You got the copper cutlasses moving things on and off of boats.
Could you have a quick look at something for me?
Sure.
I take up the video of the deal and I try to like zoom in so people's faces are blurred and stuff, but I just want to show her a picture of the device.
She squints and she says, I don't know, could be anything there. It's too blurry, it's too shaky. If you could get one of them or a piece of them or something, I'd be able to identify them lickety split. But from this video, it could be anything from I'm sorry, I can't.
No, it's okay. I thank you for looking. And if we get a better image, I'll send it your way for you to have a quick look at for us.
Yeah, I'd be happy to help.
And you haven't seen the bat, have you?
The bat?
Bat.
The giant scary bat?
Yeah. Some of the Estrella guys were talking about it at lunch break this afternoon. No, I mean, it's pretty fucked that thing's coming into city limits now, but...
It was pretty close to your shop, so that's why I ask.
Really? I thought they said it was down in the suburbs.
No, we just found evidence that it was here.
Huh.
Just be careful.
Sense mold of her as she reacts to that. Fucking that one.
As she reacted exactly as she did.
We're rolling bad today.
Yeah, she just says, all right, well, maybe I'll reach out to Estrella and get some more guards posted near my place. Because as handy as Dante is at tossing cars, he's not exactly one for violence.
Well, thanks, Des. It was a pleasure to meet you. I'm Flanagan, by the way, Flitwick. I don't know if we were fully introduced.
Shit.
Yeah, did
You're
we not
Lacey's
say...
friends.
Yeah, we're friends with
we
Lacey.
are Lacey's friends. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. Lacey's been talking about that. She's been, hanging around, palling about with some new folk.
She said, pal. Excellent.
Don't let his head blow up over that, but yeah, we're Lacey's friends.
She's cool.
She's real cool, and best of luck with fixing the vehicle. We'll reach out if we need anything else. And same for you, please. If you're a friend of Lacey's, a friend of ours. So anything you need help with, let us know.
Hell yeah, I like Lacey. Lacey's chill as hell. So same thing, anything I can do to help. I know you guys have been working together, so if there's anything I can do again to help you with an investigation or whatever, always here to help.
We'll let you know
about the weird things happening. I have noticed there's 4 guys hanging around the docks like a day or two ago. Never seen them before. And Dura Sancta ain't that big, but yeah, they just seem to sort of be loitering around. Again, never really saw them before. Dressed a little too fancy for dock workers. So just kind of.
Do they have cutlasses?
No. The cutlasses stand out in their own right, but they are easy to spot and identify.
Could you give us a description of the man?
It was dark. It was busy. The only thing I can tell you is sort of clothes, not really Dura Sancta wear. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like maybe off-planet people visited. I don't know.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting us know, Des.
Was that the same day that the bat thing happened?
It would have been like 2 days before or a day before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plot thickens, Vlyn.
I know. The deals on deals on deals start to unravel.
All right. Well, let's go to mine and check this out somewhere secure.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have my furniture yet, Dane?
Roll me a luck check.
It's a 4. It's funny because as I rolled it, I was in my head being like, I'm 100% getting it now. We get into mine and I throw open the doors dramatically, and because I'm fully expecting it to be there, and it's just Portnoy in box mode, just sitting there, and he like opens his eye and like pops up. Well, maybe we go to yours and listen to it.
Come on, Portnoy. We're going to look through some evidence.
Flynn, you're including him.
Yeah, Portnoy is part of a team.
Oh, come on, Portnoy, let's do it. And he wheels himself after us really excitedly. I guess we pop open this phone.
Yeah, there isn't actually a lot on it. There is, however, a text chain with someone under the name of J. Casey.
Oh, god damn.
And it is simply a thing being like, the show details, the club details, essentially hiring this person, being like, hey, like, heard your stuff, really like you. I'm opening a club on Dura Sancta. Come play, headlining spot. And the JKC being quite excited about it.
I could text him right now and say, you're fired.
No, we hold off on that.
I could text him right now and say, you're still in, but you have to change your bad name.
Well,
not that the name is bad.
You can actually tell that this phone has been deactivated.
I can't text him, Vlyn.
There's no service to this phone. It seems to have been, removed off any sort of plan.
Is there any trace of, I'm trying to find anything about the shipment? Is there any texts about meet me at this time, or?
You find 4 tickets purchased from Therum to Dura Sancta, round trip, leaving on the day after the opening.
That could be our 4 friends.
So wait, they're for the day after the opening? So in the future?
That's when they leave. So they arrived 2 days ago?
Yeah, so they arrived the day that Des saw 4 people in fancy clothes.
Yeah. Okay, that must be our friends. Does it have names for them on the tickets?
They do. One is Drago.
Oh, such a dangerous name.
Strega.
If these aren't thugs, I don't know what a thug is.
Bosch.
They come from Swaziland with a bag full of grenades.
And Paul.
Fucking Paul. Paul's going to be the scariest one for sure.
Oh, Paul's the scariest motherfucker I've ever met in my life.
Paul's hands are hammers.
No, every finger is a hammer.
Yeah, he's got 10 hammers. Paul, no.
So yes, these are tickets for 4 people named Drago, Strega, Bosch, and Paul.
I'm going to roll computers to try to find any shipping manifests. If there was a shipment he had scheduled to come in on the same days and what that could maybe look like. That is a 2 on the dice. That's a 4.
Then I will roll my own computers check.
My God, we're rolling so bad doing investigation. We're not good detectives.
How's a 12? How's a 12 doing for you?
With a 12, I will give you, you are able to find
Paul's nudes.
You were able to find a confirmation that a shipment was received, but the invoice seems to be deleted.
Okay. Well, back to this.
Yeah, we might have to go back to the docks and do some investigation there about the shipment. I look around my place to see if there's any, if there's a chance that the Jackal left a message for us somehow.
Give me a luck check.
12?
That succeeds. You see, as you guys are sort of poring over this phone, Portnoy is just kind of tooling around the apartment, just zooming around, and eventually comes and brings you a vase with a rose in it that you haven't seen before, and puts it on the table. And you realize that the rose itself, the flower, is actually a paper origami rose that seems to be neatly folded. But this is not something that you purchased.
Portnoy, what a lovely gift.
I think this might be a message. Portnoy, are you good at origami?
He shakes his head.
Okay. I unfold the rose?
Yeah. You unfold it. It's a really nice stock red paper, and it has an address on it in sort of the downtown area, and time at 10 p.m., and then just a J.
All right. You keep on going through the phone. I'm gonna make us some hot pockets.
Okay, sure. I'll keep. Is there a number on the shipment? Is there any information? I know we didn't get the invoice, but does it literally just, is it shipment confirmed, or do we have anything?
It was your shipment has arrived.
Yeah, okay.
One of those kind of emails.
So no numbers or anything. Do we have the date and time at least?
It would have been yesterday. Actually, no, sorry, it'd be 2 days ago, coinciding with Cleo's video.
Yes, of course. Okay. Well, I guess that's pretty much everything we can do for now, right?
I think so. So I just make us some supper. I'm sure we have small talk about the cases, but then we wait till 10 o'clock and then we go into the darkness for our rendezvous.
Yeah, cool. The address is just sort of a nondescript municipal building that is long since closed. It's way after hours. It's kind of down just a side street that nobody is going down, because why would you be in this part of town at this time of night? You can still there's still some activity throughout. You're not too far away from the brewery, but this is very obviously a chosen spot because it's away from the bazaar. And there's no reason to come down the street because all the buildings here are municipal and closed for the night. And once you get there, you see balancing precariously on the top of a streetlight is Jackal.
He is really dramatic, eh? Really over the top.
It's funny because those things it's so cool, but like if you think about it, how long has he been waiting there? If we were delayed, it's so awkward. Also, it draws so much more attention to this meeting than anything else.
He's probably a fantastic lover, you know?
I also
put so much attention to detail. Yeah, put so much effort into the little small things. You really gotta, you know?
Strong fingers, good balance.
Yeah. Do we say, like, shout out to him, or does that ruin the mystique? Do we just wait for him to come down, you think, or?
I think it would probably be best if we pretend we don't see him and then he can drop down dramatically. I think that would be good for his ego.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
You guys approach the streetlight, and sure enough, he drops down into the pool of light.
Holy shit!
I jump like a mum cat.
With his back facing you so that he can stand up and turn around dramatically, his sash like kind of flowing as he does.
Jack L.
My God.
Who told you my name?
We're detectives.
Wow. That hurt.
He grins and says, I'm a little more clever than that. What did you think of the rose, by the way? I'm thinking that it's going to be my new thing, like a rose will be my calling card.
No, it's really good. Yeah, how much effort does that take to...
It took me so much time. Do you know how much paper I went through trying to learn how to do the rose? I think it's going to be a muscle memory thing.
Wait, this isn't something you've been doing for a while? Because that was exquisite for one of your first.
Well, no, it did take me like 87 tries to get the first rose. Looking good, but that was the first delivery. You like it?
Yeah,
it was
incredible. Great, yeah, and you know, after the first time, stuff like that gets a lot easier. So you should be able
it's
to
all
nail
muscle
it.
memory. That's what I'm thinking. Yes.
Yeah,
but after the first time, maybe we should exchange contact details so that you can send a rose emoji, and then it's quick.
He thinks about it for a second. He says, "Let me mull that over, because right now this is working for me."
It was very cool. But it took a long time for us to
if we just like establish a drop spot, they're like, we leave him a rose, and then he sends us a rose.
As a second option, I'll take it.
Oh, I like that. That is...
Yes. Maybe we won't do roses, but like I'm really good at like origami birds.
He grabs you and he says, it must be a rose.
Okay, I'll do a rose. So, Mr. Jackal, thank you for meeting us.
Yes, thanks.
We're worried that there's another sinister plot happening.
Right on the heels of the other one.
That involves just shipments of dangerous goods. And we were just wondering if you could watch this video for us and give us any extra information or details that you might spot.
Is this code in the copper cutlasses for something? And I mimed the explosion.
Well, yes, that means like big, large, something.
So not necessarily an explosion.
I mean, it would be, let me see the video. And he looks and he says, oh yeah, definitely this looks like he's saying it would explode large. Yes, this is certainly what I would assume if someone made that gesture with that device. Yeah, that would be my
I find it's best not to assume things when bombs are involved, but yeah, we were kind of on that page. Now, do you know these two gentlemen who are talking to this other gentleman who you don't need to worry about?
He squints at the phone and he says, it is this quality of the cameramanship here is abysmal. It's shaky. It's out of focus. Who did this? This is terrible.
What fucking phone did they use? It's the future. Why is there 8 megapixels?
It should be crystal clear. This is terrible. But he manages to pause it. It could be Carlos. It could be... I mean, this one I cannot tell. And there's one guy who sort of like isn't facing the camera, so it's almost impossible to ID. But the one facing the camera, he says, I would, if I was a betting man, and I get into a lot of trouble when it comes to gambling. I would say that this could be Carlos.
Okay. Do you recognize the device at all?
No, sorry. It is not something that looks familiar to me. It could be, again, it is quite a abstract shape in terms of devices. I mean, lots of things comes in circles.
True.
He nods very solemnly.
Is there any way you could get us more information about this shipment?
We know when it came in.
Yeah, I might be able to find the manifest. Unfortunately, I would have to go through all of the shipments that day because we don't exactly advertise when we're getting a special edition. But I know Carlos, and he's not the smartest man. If I ply him with a little bit of alcohol, he might loosen his lips about something as stupid as this. Also, I do want to make it clear. The copper cutlasses do not make a habit of dealing in explosives, especially not this quantity.
I figured it wouldn't be in your best interest. Like, it would blow up your whole spot. And I mean that figuratively and literally.
Yes, this is not exactly our bag. We are smugglers, yes. We are procurers of goods, sometimes illicit, but weapons and bombs and explosives, we benefit not from those things. We like our position of power, and arming a rival faction, even if a private citizen, would be detrimental to our entire operation. It makes no sense.
Part of me is worried that it's just like party favors. They're just like little, they make like confetti. And then these four guys are just like, I don't know, famous bartenders or DJs. So we got to be careful what we do with this. But we need to be sure before we pull the trigger on any kind of accusation.
Now, what about bat milk, Jackal?
We should go, Jackal.
I'm wondering, no, you say you don't handle weapons and stuff. What have you handled anything to do with this bat? Or do you know anything of any goings-on down at the docks to do with this bat creature? Because we know it's been there. And I worry that someone or something has been, let's be frank, milking the creature or stealing its young.
I mean, I do not... I could not confirm or deny any sort of milking of...
It's a real suspicious way to put it.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been milking anything.
We can neither confirm nor deny is historically a thing said by governments when it's literally a thing they're doing and they just don't want to say no because if they say no, it's illegal.
But I'm saying I have not milked anything. But I'm not going to tell you that the copper cutlasses are not milking things. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, so far, my organization, again, it's something I believe in, but has in the past 2 weeks apparently shipped in a crate full of bombs and also tried to summon a demon. So I might not have a firm grasp on what the copper cutlasses ideology is at the moment.
It's fair. Well, no word on bat-related doings.
No.
Okay,
and I
great.
feel like I might have heard that through the grapevine. If I heard about demonic summoning, I would probably hear about bat milking.
Yes, okay.
Vlyn is staring into the streetlight, hoping he goes blind. Flit, we can't ask everybody about milking bats.
But we can ask people involved with people who do things out the docks, such as our good friend Jack L. here.
I know. Anyway, Jackal, if you need anything, leave a rose and we'll do vice versa. When you think of a drop point, let us know.
Right here, this alley. I like it.
Okay.
It's quiet.
All right, this will be our alley. I'll drop a rose here if we ever need you.
That vent is giving off a certain amount of steam and mist that, hold on, watch this. And he runs about 2 feet back and he stands in the mist. He says, it's cool. What does this look like?
No, you look very mysterious.
Oh my God, wait, give me a turn.
Okay, get in there.
I step in there. I whirl around.
Yes.
Do I look
and he
cool?
starts clapping.
Take a picture, Vlyn. Take a picture.
I take some photos for the Spacegram.
Could it be my album cover?
Maybe. It would, when you get your name back.
Okay, Vlyn. You didn't have to bring that up.
No, I don't. Maybe don't publicize it because it
true.
could
This is
go
our
viral, and then all of a sudden, everybody in Dura Sancta is coming here to stand in the vent that we have.
True.
And it was so hard to establish his first spot. We can't really ruin it right away.
Fine, I'll sacrifice my own fame for us. By the way, something's terribly broken below this vent. This is an unhealthy amount of steam. Did you, Jackal?
Yes.
Did you do this?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Vlyn, would you like a turn? Would you like to go stand in there?
I'm good. I don't think I have mysterious in me.
I think if you were throwing punches through that fog, it would look cool as heck.
Oh, that's really a cool idea. I go behind it, glow up my fists, and start punching through the mist.
With the glow! Oh,
yeah, baby, glow on.
Now I feel like you have upstaged us, Vlyn.
Yes, unfair, Vlyn. We didn't even use light.
Well, I just bring my own light.
In the distance, you hear a scream.
No.
Oh, no.
And sirens coming from Estrella. You see those two sort of cruisers that you saw before, those like single man motorcycle cruisers. And Jackal looks at you and says, "Now that doesn't sound good." And he manifests that sort of like swirl of magic and reaches down and pulls the streetlight to make sort of like a ramp. And he runs up it and hops onto the roof and he says, "Would you like to take the shortcut?"
Let's go.
Yeah.
It could be the bat.
The three of you begin running along the rooftops. Anytime there's a space sort of like too long to jump, he whips out this swirl of magic and sort of extends a pipe or, drops down a board or whatever. And you manage to get to sort of the edge of the settlement. And you see that a crowd has gathered. And the Estrella security cruisers are hovering overhead, shining a light down into the field in front of you. The ridge that forms sort of like a natural barrier out to the south of the settlement seems to be the focus. So many people have now gathered to look out the gates at these glowing eyes in the darkness. And then the lights hit it, and you see the bat creature standing there, and then it points to the ground in which it has burned into the grass. Give girl or die.